If G is a group, A be an element in G, then we have to prove the order of conjugacy class of A is equal to 1. If and only if A belongs to ZG. That means what is ZG and what is CL of A, conjugacy class? I think you know. Okay. So if order of CL of A is equal to 1, then A belongs to ZG. If A belongs to ZG, then order of CL of A is equal to 1. We have to show this. Okay. So first let A belongs to ZG. Then what happens? Very simple proof. If A belongs to ZG, what is the property of A? Okay. Then for all X belongs to G, what happens? AX is equal XA. And this will imply AX X inverse is equal to XA X inverse. If X belongs to G, X inverse is also belongs to G. Okay, we can multiply. So this is left multiplication by X inverse. So it will become A X inverse. Okay, which is equal to XA X inverse. And what is X inverse? So it is equal to identity E. Okay, so it is equal to simply A. That means A is equal to XA X inverse. But what is CLA? So we know CLA. So this is the collection of all conjugates of A. And what is conjugates? If A element B is conjugate of A, then B can be written as XA X inverse. You take an element from G and compute this XA X inverse, and you will get the conjugate of A. So CL of A is defined as like this, such that X belongs to G. Okay. When A belongs to, okay, what we have written? When A for all X belongs, okay, if A belongs to ZG, for all X belongs to G, this happens. A is equal to this. Now what we can write? A X inverse is equal to simply A for, okay, when X belongs to G. Okay. So this is defined as so. So this is the collection of all X inverse. But we have here for all X belongs to G, we have obtained only one element, that is X inverse is always just only one element, that is A. So this is equal to A only. The set is only singleton set. So this will implies order of CL of A is equal to 1. First part is completed. Now we are going to the second part. We will assume that order of CL of A is equal to 1. Then we will prove A belongs to ZG. Remove. Let order of CL of A is equal to 1. That means since CL of A is defined as like this, XA X inverse is a collection of all X, XA X inverse, such that X belongs to G. Okay. And order of CL of A is equal to 1. And we know since E, that is the identity element, is always belongs to G, let X is equal to E, then what we will get? So it will implies, take X is equal to E. It will implies XA X inverse is equal to EAE inverse, which is equal to simply A. That means what happened? E is always in G, and for this E, you will get EAE inverse, and the element is only simply equal to A. That means A is always belongs to CL of A. This will implies A belongs to Cl of A always. Okay, always. If you can take any A, then you will get Cl of A. In Cl of A, you will get A. Always you will get A in Cl of A. The elements itself always in conjugate with A. That means A is conjugate with A. Okay, and you know conjugacy is a equivalence relation. That is another thing. Sometimes it may be you have to prove this also. So A belongs to Cl of A always. Cl of A is equal to A. Cl of order of Cl of A is equal to 1. A belongs to Cl of A always. That means what happens? Cl का order एक है और वहां पे A element जो है ना A always is there. That means Cl of A is a singleton set. Okay. That means this will imply X A X inverse. This is a collection of all X A X inverse. So this will implies, hence we can write hence X A X inverse. This is fixed, only one element. So for all X, X A X inverse is equal to A. For all X belongs to J, and it will imply X A. You can multiply X A X inverse A. You can multiply here X, and you will get is equal to X. Right multiplication by X. Okay. Now what will it will imply? So this will imply X A X inverse, a bracket. Okay. X A X inverse into X is equal to AX. This will implies X A is equal to AX, because this is identity. Okay. X A is equal to AX. For all X belongs to J. For all X belongs to J. Okay. It start में है. Okay. For all X belongs to J, AX is equal to X A. AX is equal to X A. This will imply Y. That means A commutes with every element in J. That means A belongs to that J. So it will imply, write simply that it will imply A belongs to that J. Simply write here. Okay. Simply write here. S is equal. It will imply X belongs to, sorry, A belongs to ZJ. Okay. A belongs to ZJ. And what we have to prove? If order of Cl of A is equal to 1, A belongs to ZJ. So both part are, second part is also completed. This will imply A belongs to ZJ, hence proved. Okay. Thank you so much. ये वीडियो आप लोगों के लिए है. Okay.